guys, so that can only mean one thing. I'm doing a review of my makes for January and most of February. So if that's something you're interested in, let's get cracking. Hi there, I'm Christine the Gemini Stitcher and welcome to my YouTube channel. This vlog is all about my makes for 2024 up to date and some ideas for how to reuse the patterns that I've used that I've loved so far. So I've done a little tot up and I think there's 12 garments to go through. So what I'm going to do is I've got my little planner sewing project book and I'm going to use that for prompts so that I don't forget to tell you what I felt about it, because that's where I put all my little thoughts and feelings. And then I will pop the pattern details up below and in the show notes, and yeah, the pattern company and the size ranges. Otherwise, I've just got a feeling that this vlog is going to go on forever. So let's make a start. As I said, the rail's out to try and organise me, and I've got my project notes. So we're going to start with a project that I started in December but actually finished in January. And it is just, grab this hunk of sewing. It's the Narva coat from Hey June Patterns. Now, I made a size 4 in this and it came out a really good size. It comes just about knee level on me. The pattern was above the knee, but I decided I wanted it a little bit longer, so I didn't take much off the length. I think I took about 4 inches off the length in total. I have done a vlog on my Narva coat sewing experience, so I will bob the link to that as well below if you want to go and watch that. People enjoyed watching that, surprisingly, seeing me struggle with this first boiled wool coat. I'm going to put it back because it's aching my arm, it's very heavy. So what did I think of the Narva coat in brief? Now, before we start, my measurements are a 35 chest, 30 to 31 waist and 39 hips. So it gives you an idea of the sizing that I am, the sizes of the garments that I made up. So with the Narva coat, I made up the size 4. It was a good fit. I wanted it to be loose enough so that I could wear a jumper underneath because it's a winter coat, and it will certainly allow me to do that. So I did a few things that the pattern didn't do. So I'll run through those first. I added proper belt loops onto my coat because on the pattern they were just cotton thread. I semi-interfaced the following the Guthrie and Garney vlog instructions, and I interfaced the end of the sleeves, the top of the back and the front, and around the bottom edge of the fronts and backs. So what skill levels do I think the Narva coat involves? I learned how to line a coat and to bag it out, or birth it as they say. And I learned how to work with boiled wool. Now, to make the Narva coat, I needed 2.5 meters of the boiled wool, 2 meters of lining, shoulder pads, and woven interfacing medium weight. I used the auto settings on my sewing machine, and I also used the walking foot. The needle that I used was a standard 80 needle, and I used the hump jumper to get over the thick seams. And the one thing that I did, I thought I'd broke my machine use making this coat. So when I got to thick seams where there were potentially 4 layers of the boiled wool sandwiched together, I ended up hand cranking over it, stopping, just hand cranking it over that little bit with the hump jumper and then starting again, just to be on the safe side, because I broke a needle and it all jammed up. So be very careful if you're using boiled wool. Anything else? Will I make it again? Yes, and I've got plans for another one. I'm thinking that I want to make a cropped version in a twill for the spring. So I don't want to have the tie belt, I just want to do it as an edge-to-edge jacket, put the vent detail in the front, and just have it as a little crop jacket, and I think it will look nice as that. And I have got, whoops, this plain beige, beautifully soft cotton twill. Got it from Guthrie & Garney in their sample sale, and I'm thinking that would make a great everyday throw on. Just a general car jacket, for want of a better word. And I think that the Narva coat done as a cropped will work really well as that. So that's what I've got in my head to make for spring as a different Narva. So the next garment that I made was my own mashup, and it was this dress. Absolutely love it. Never worn it. Why have I not worn it? I don't know. But I'm going to make myself. I'm going to put it to the front of my wardrobe, so when I open it, it's the first thing I see, and I've got to give myself a good excuse not to wear it next time I need something nice. So how did I make this beautiful dress? Again, I've done a separate vlog for it, so if you want to see it, I'll put it in the show notes. Just hang it back up and then I can talk about it. So it was a mashup, this one, using the Phoenix blouse for the top and the Seasons of East skirt section, and then I used the sleeves from the peony dress. It was 3 different patterns all mashed up into one, and I think it worked really well. So we'll just go off the size that I used for the Phoenix blouse, because everything else was dictated from that. So I used a size 3 in the Phoenix blouse. As I've said before, the full size ranges and dimensions I'll be popping underneath for you. Then you're not bored with me going through them all. So what did I think of it? It was easier than I thought, and it made my brain matter work, which was great. So, as I said, I used the 3 patterns and I put an invisible zip up the back. So what are the skills that I needed to make this dress? A little bit of self-confidence, I think, to believe in myself that I could actually hack patterns, and once you've done that, you're away. So obviously skills is pattern hacking, an invisible zip, and the notched neck finish at the front is a little bit of a skill to get that correct, but there's details in the Phoenix blouse of how to do that and make it work. Will I make it again? I have got an idea to make one for the summer in linen fabric. Now I may change the sleeves and just put, I think, some little puff sleeves on it in a soft viscose linen. And I've got the patterned linen that I want to use already. And it's this beautiful linen. Just put my book down a minute. This, bought it from Guthrie & Garney. It's a viscose linen. How stunning is that? And I thought I might do a bit of reverse-a-roo with it and do the main body in this pattern and then the panel and The sleeves, if I'm doing a puff sleeve, do those in a plain colour, in popping pink. So to get a plain linen that's going to match this, I'm going to have to do some in-person shopping, take this with me and match some plain pink viscose linen to it. And I think that would be a really nice, smart, but cool summer dress. So that was number 2. Number 3, I've worn these loads, and it is the Winter in London trousers. I'll just grab them. Now, they don't look very much on the hanger, but these have been worn to death. I've only had them 5 weeks and I must have washed them 3 times. So I clearly like them. They're really comfortable. They've not got a waistband. They have a facing at the top and an invisible zip. So, yeah, I would say they're a good introduction to trousers for a beginner because, yes, you've got a zip, but it's not a fly zip, it's an invisible zip. And I follow the Sew Essentials vlog for putting invisible zips in. Works for me every time. So what did I need to make these trousers? Because I'm on the short side, I only needed 1.5 metres of fabric and I used a Tencel twill fabric, which is really floaty but structured but quite weighty as well, so it's perfect for these trousers. So I needed 1.5 metres of that. I needed an invisible zip. Now, I just buy my invisible zips in bulk and I buy 30 inches. Is it 30 inches? Yeah, it will be. Really long invisible zips, in other words. And I cut them down because that's the method that you use with the Sew Essentials guide. You put a zip in that's a lot bigger than what you need and it works a treat because you just cut it down at the end. Yeah, so an invisible zip and a bit of interfacing, woven interfacing every time for me. So what skills were there? The only real skill other than general sewing is the invisible zip. So like I've already said, I think these are a great introduction to trousers if you don't want elasticated waist. I made up a size 12. Fit was great. I just reduced the length by 4 inches because I wanted them long, and I may possibly make these, might do a crop version or an ankle length version of them in linen, in a viscose linen for the springtime. Might make them in the pink that I'm getting for the other dress and have a pink pair of trousers for spring. Why not? Moving on to number 4, which was Simplicity 9763 top. And here it is. I wore this to my social yesterday with the Seasons of East trousers and I got loads of compliments, which was lovely. This top is deceiving. You look at it and you think, oh, that's quite simple. And it is once you've got your head round how that crossbody thing works at the front, because being a big 4 pattern, the instructions are bobbins. So I had to pin it together and just keep undoing it and pinning it together till I got the front to look right before I sewed it and had it straight in my head. That's the only way I could do it. So I'm going to say the instructions are difficult. I made a size 12, fits like a glove, perfect. I needed 1.5 metres of fabric, a long invisible zip, and some interfacing, lightweight woven. So what did I think about it? As I've already said, the instructions were difficult. I've written make a summer version in a viscose or a double gauze. Interesting, because you can do a sleeveless version of this or with a little cap sleeve. So that might be on the horizon sometime soon because the weather's starting to get a wee bit warmer, believe it or not. So what skills do you need to make this blouse? You need to do an invisible zip, and you need to get your head round the crossbody detail. But if I make another one, I'll do a sew along. So just watch my sew along and you won't have the head scratching that I had with the crossover front. But yeah, really nice blouse, really nice fit, and looks good. It creates a waist where there isn't one. There you go. And we all want one of those, don't we? 5 is the Boyfriend cardigan by Style Arc. Now, I got this in a Guthrie and Garney kit. I've not used the fabric that was in the kit. I bought the kit for the fabric, not the pattern, because the pattern didn't really do much for me. But thought I've got the pattern, so I'm going to use it. So here it is, the Boyfriend or Sabel cardigan from Style Arc. I got this fabric from Fabric Godmother, but I don't think they've got any left now. Now, I went on Instagram and had a look at what people said about this cardigan, and they all said size down, it's huge. So I made a size 8, and it was still quite big on me. So if I made it again, I would go down to a size 6 or maybe even a size 4, to be honest with you. So how much fabric did I need? 2 meters of knit fabric from Fabric Godmother and 6 buttons. So you don't need a lot of haberdashery to make this, but you do need quite a bit of fabric. And I think that's just because of the size I did, to be honest. So yeah, I would go down to a 6, maybe even a 4. Would I make it again? Initially, I thought no. But now I think I may try and do a cropped version of it using some of my scrap French terries and sweatshirt fabrics and do some colour blocking with it because I think it's a good basic pattern that you can colour block. So maybe it's a good one for me to use for hacking. So the next thing that I made was the Dani jacket. Now this is another chunky sew. Oh my goodness, it's heavy. Look at this baby. I got the fabric from Fabric Godmother again in the sale, and then I've used some gold denim to do the front part, and it's got a huge hood. And then I lined it. It was absolutely freezing measing when I was making this. So we were thinking all cozy warm clothes, and I've lined it, the body part, with some short hair fur fabric and cream that I had. And put it down because it's heavy. So, what did I write in my project book about it? I used the sewing machine, I used the walking foot, and I used a size 90 jersey needle. I needed 2 meters of the knit fabric, denim scraps, fur lining, buttons or snaps, 8 of them, and woven interfacing. So, what did I do when I created the Dani? Well, I made it the length of the pattern because the pattern is a cropped length and I wanted it hip height. So I also followed the sew along that Andrea from the Pink Door has done, which was excellent. I used the hump jumper a lot. I needed to go slow over the thick areas and I used my walking foot again. So what skills did I need? I needed to learn how to bag out a coat. There were buttons or press studs, depending on your skill level. And there was also the skill of adding a hood. So I made the size small, which came out a good size for me. Will I make it again? It's a heavy coat, and because of that, I'm not sure I'm going to get enough wear out of it, because I will only wear it when it is absolutely freezing, measing. And I know it's cold a lot, but also because it's a knit fabric, I'm not going to use it when it's raining. So it limits the amount of time that I will actually use that coat, doesn't it? I'm classing it as my snow coat. And we all need a snow coat. So will I make it again? Probably yes, because you can make a cropped version and you can do it without the hood. Because to be honest, the hood is huge. So if I made it again, I would not put the hood on. It is too big. And I've got some fabric in mind for making a brighter one or lighter one for the spring. Here it is. It's my popping pink cord that I got from the Guthrie and Garney remnant sale. And I'm thinking of making the Dani jacket a cropped version without the hood in this popping pink cord for the spring. So let me know what you think of that. The next make were really popular with me. I've been searching for a long time for a jeggings pattern. I know they're not for everybody, and I know they're probably not high fashion at the moment. Wide leg trousers seem to be everywhere, but I like a good pair of comfy jeggings that are quality, not really thin, stretchy denim that you get in the supermarkets, and you can see the elastic coming through after about 4 or 5 washes. I just wanted some sturdy, medium weight stretch denim. That's fine, you can find that. It's finding the pattern that works for you. And I've found the one that really does work for me, and it is the Eleanor jeggings from Jali Patterns. Now, Jali Patterns don't give you size numbers, they do letters. So I made a size U, which sounds like they're huge, but they're not. It's because the pattern, you're getting lots of bang for your buck, because it starts from children's sizes all the way up to large ladies' sizes. So one pattern for the whole family. Perfect. So I did it on my sewing machine. I used the overlocker and I used a jeans needle. I needed 1.5 metres of stretch denim, wide elastic for the waistband, and top stitching thread for the detail. So let's grab, these are the Eleanors that I made. I'll get up close so you can see. There's a bit of the top stitching. So they've got false pockets, false ply zip detail, an elasticated waist, and then big pack pockets on the back. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Now, so I must like these. I've made these ones and I've made, you can't see them, but I've got the black pair on. Wear them loads, need more of them in my wardrobe. That is for sure. So, it's a quick make. The only alteration I made was I graded in on the inside and outside leg by 1 inch, because they were a bit baggy on the legs, which I probably knew would happen to accommodate my waist for the size that I needed, so I graded in at the legs. And I shortened them by 4 inches because I'm a midget. What skills do you need? You need top stitching, and it's a good one for learning to fit trousers, because you're using stretch fabric. There's no zips. It's got an elasticated waist, but they look like trousers. Perfect. So will I make them again? Hell yes. I've already got plans Just put these ones down. Whoop. I've already got plans for another pair in this purple stretch stretch denim that I've got, and I'm going to make a cropped pair in this fabric for the spring and summer. So it's definitely one of my go-to patterns. Whew. How many more have we got to go? Nearly there. So the next thing I made was an oldie but goodie, and it was the patina blouse. Now I've made it in this viscose dobby weave with the gold flecks in. Got this from Beyond the Pink Door yonks ago, but finally got to use it, so that's great. Just used my sewing machine, overlocked the seams, and I used a Microtex needle because it's viscose fabric. I needed 1.5 meters of fabric, 8 buttons, and lightweight interfacing. Love the patina blouse. I've got 3 of them. It's a good. So why do I love the patina? I think it's a good first shirt or blouse pattern. Very good instructions because it's Friday Pattern Company and they always are. I didn't alter the length of it because it's a slightly cropped style, and I wanted it to tuck in, so I left it longer. Knew it was going to be longer on me, which was perfect for this one. I took 2 inches off the sleeves, and it's a good way to start learning the burrito method of doing the yoke in a shirt pattern. And the trick that I did was, because it's got such a wide neck and it's a loose fit, yes, it's got buttons on, but no, there's no buttonholes. I just sewed them on through both layers because they're just decorative. They're not a necessity. So what skills do you learn? The burrito method, buttonholes, if you want. If you're like me and you don't like doing them unless you really have to, sew through, you can get away with it. And add in a collar. This is a really good collar pattern to start learning about collars because there's no collar stand. So yeah, brilliant first blouse pattern, the patina blouse. So will I be making another one? Oh yes. Have I got some fabric in mind? I might have. I've got some of the Cobra Corsage fabric in purple, and I'll just grab the lilac denim because look at those two together. Brilliant outfit. So I'm thinking it might be a patina blouse or it might be the Dani shirt in this Cobra Corsage to go with my Eleanor jeggings for the spring. Next up is Simplicity 8218 jacket. And here it is. This jacket is the dogs. It is perfect for what I wanted it for. I wanted a smart and casual jacket that would suit all eventualities, that I could wear to go out in the car, walk around the supermarket in, go to the gym in, use in the evening if it was cool, if we were going out and it looks smart enough, and it does all that and more because it's just got a smart collar on the front, no fastenings, no zips, nothing that makes it look sporty. And I've used the polar fleece from Fabric Godmother. I'm sure you've seen it. Everybody snaffled this, didn't they? Who could get it? And I'm one of the lucky ones. So, what did I think? Not written much, to be fair, considering I've just gone mad about it. what have I said? I needed 1.5 metres of polar fleece and some woven interfacing for the collar, and that was it. I did the crop version. It's an easy sew. There's a front piece, a back piece, and a collar piece. Not hard, is it? It's got back wing sleeves, so there's no sleeves to fit in. And there's 3 versions of this jacket, and I will be definitely making the other 2 to see how they come out. So what skills do you need to make this jacket? It's a definite beginner jacket without a shadow. There's no lining, no sleeves to fit, 3 pieces. Easy peasy. So I put good first jacket. I think I need to change that and say excellent first jacket. And a good one to use for introducing yourself to fleeces and the overlocker. So not much more I can say really, other than just go and buy the pattern. It's great. And then the last thing I made, but certainly not least, is this beautiful pink Thea jacket from Bara Studios. It's my go-to Shacket pattern. Now, I've made it twice, love them both. And yeah, if you want to try making a Shacket, get this pattern. The instructions are good, easy to follow, and it's not a difficult sew, there's just a lot of top stitching. So it gives you good practice with your top stitching as well. So I just used the sewing machine, overlocked the seams, and a regular 80 size needle. I needed 1.5 metres of coating fabric. You can use flannel. I used, I think it was a cotton flannel for the other one that I made. Fleece, boucle, any sort of medium weight fabric is perfect for this. So 1.5 metres of fabric. You need 10 buttons and top stitching thread, either matching or contrast. What have I said? It's a perfect fit. A reminder to get extra fabric for pattern matching, which I'd used fabric from my stash and had to do some serious Tetris to get the pattern matching right on this, but I don't think I've done too bad. So the skills, you're going to learn a lot of top stitching, buttonholes, and how to put a collar on. And this one has got, if you can see, there you go, a collar stand at the back. But as I said, the instructions are excellent, so you can't go wrong. Will I make it again? It's another hell yes. I'm sure I've got more of these shackets in my sewing plans for the future. It is the one that I will probably always use, and you could do a long version of it as well. So I'm hatching a plan, probably for the autumn time. I can find some nice boucle. I fancy doing a long line boucle one, but we will see. But I can't see me making another shacket this year. I've got 2 now, and I think that's enough for me. Anyway. So there we go. 12 garments made this year. And we're only on the 22nd of February. So I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you found it informative and it's give you a little bit of inspo of what to make for the tail end of the winter. But from now on, I'm going to be moving on to my spring summer makes. Yay! Because the weather's going to be getting better. I will see you on Monday for my Monday makes and plans. And then next Thursday is the reveal of the Pogo Knit Party. So, hope you've enjoyed. Hope you've stuck with me. If you've liked, give it a like. If you're not subscribed, why not? It's free. And I will see you on Monday. Take care and happy sewing.